Welcome to this week's Torah lesson. This week's Torah portion is Parsha Nasso. The question of the week is, what is our next level of growth in Torah study? So in this week's Torah portion, Parsha Nasso, the Torah begins, Nasa Yisroish B'nei Gershon Gam Heim, that we're supposed to elevate the head of the children of Gershon. So the question is, what does it mean, Nasa, to elevate their head? What is head and what does elevate mean? So we know Roish is a reference to learning Torah. Just like when it mentions Nasa Yisroish in reference to Kahas, which is referring to Torah, they study Torah, and here it says Gam Heim, also them, just like Kahas. So Rosh is a reference to learning Torah. What is Nasa Yisroish, to elevate the head? So we know in Chasidic and Kabbalah it's brought down that we know we have the 10 Sfirot. And yes, we have the intellect, Chachma Bin Adas, but on top of Chachma Bin Adas, we have Keser. In Keser, you have Tainug and Rotzoin. So the highest level of the Sfirot is in Keser, which is Tainug. So Chassidus explains, Rebbe explains, that Nasa Yisroish means that we have to elevate our learning Torah to the level of Keser, the highest level of Tainug, which means that when we're learning Torah, we should experience tremendous Tainug. Not just we're learning question, answer, we understand, we're struggling, but every time we're learning Torah, we should experience Nasoi, the level of Keser, which is the idea of Tainug and everything we're learning. So the question is, how do we get that Tainug? So the Rebbe explains, based on, we all know the famous prophecy, and Balak hired Bilam to curse the Jewish people. So instead of cursing them, he actually gave them tremendous blessings. And he also prophesied about the Messiah, about Mashiach. One of the prophecies he said was, Dorach koichav miyakov, that a star is going to come out from Yaakov. And it's brought down in the Talmud Yerushalmi and other Chasidic books that it's a reference to Mashiach. As a matter of fact, one of the names of Mashiach is Koichav, a star. What's the idea of a star, Koichav, in reference to Mashiach? So the Rebbe explains, based in the Zohar, that Koichav is made up of two parts of the word. The first part, Chavav, which is numerical 26, Chaf is 20 and Vav is 6. And the second part of the word is Chav Beis, Chaf is 20 and Beis is 2. What does that mean? So Chavav, which is 26, is a reference to our God's name. We all know Hashem's most powerful name, Yud Kei Vav Kei, is 26. That's the first half of the name. The second half of the name, so we know it's brought down, the prophet says, V'ata Machayas Kul, in reference to Hashem. Hashem gives everything its life for us. What is V'ata? So we know in Tanya, and Shar Yichud Amun, the Alter Rebbe explains that V'ata is referring to the letters from Aleph to Taf, all the letters, the alphabets, and the Hey is the Hey Mitzvah Zapeh, the different organs in our mouth that cause us to speak. So the Ata is in reference to, again, all the letters and the way we speak it, which is the 22 letters of the alphabets. So the first part of Koichav, the 26, refers to Yud Kei Vav Kei, the infinite part of Hashem. The second part of Koichav, the 22, is the way the 22 letters create the physical world. So Mashiach, Koichav, represents taking the highest, the Yud Kei Vav Kei, and bringing it down into the lowest. Which that's the same idea when we learn Torah. It's taking the highest, Keser, taking that Tainug that we have for Hashem and bringing it down into everything that we're learning. And the Rebbe connects it to also the Pirkei Avot that we learned this week. We're going to start learning now again Pirkei Avot, chapter 1. And what does it say? Moshe Kibel Torah Misinai. So on one hand, it's Torah Hashem, Misinai, but on the other hand, he was Makabel, he received it. So you need to have both components. It has to be Torah Hashem, but we have to receive it. How do we receive it? When we learn it, we comprehend it, we understand it, and that creates the fusion between Torah Hashem and the way we receive the Torah. So the answer to the question, what is our avodah now after Matan Torah? Our avodah is to take the Torah, but from the highest level, the Tainug in Torah, and bring it down into this physical world where it becomes a light and a guide for everything that we do in this world. As the Rebbe always quotes, B'chol drachecha de'eyu, and everything we do, we should know Hashem. B'chol masecha, all our actions should be all l'shem shamayim. Thanks so much for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson. This week's Torah lesson is dedicated to the memory of Baruch ben Aryeh Leib, Shlomo ben Yosef, and Rachel bas Lipa. May their souls be elevated by the Torah that we're studying in their memory. Thanks again for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson. For more information, please see our website, Chabad, swf.org. Have a great and blessed week.